Yo, what's good, guys? It's Austin here, or Luna. So today's story time is definitely a pretty wild one, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. Before I get into it, just want to say, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and if you're someone that's been here for a while, then please hit that notification bell and turn on notifications. I'm going to be trying to post every single day from here on out, at least between 5:30 and 7:30 p.m. every day. I can't guarantee exactly what time the videos will go up every day, so that's why I'm saying hit that notification bell. I also never say that in videos. I think the notification system's been out for like over 5 years now, and I'm pretty sure I've only asked people to subscribe and turn notifs on like a handful of times throughout the last 5 years, so I'll probably start doing that, but I won't be too annoying about it. Anyway, guys, today's story time is a very, very interesting one. Today's story time is about the time that the cops showed up at my high school looking for me. I hope you enjoy it. Leave a like on the video if you do, and let's get into today's story time. So, today's story time all takes place in freshman year of high school. Now, I was kind of a shithead in freshman year, okay? I can't lie. Out of all the years in school that I was considered to be like a bad kid, I would say ninth grade was probably the worst of them all. I feel like at that age, I was just very like prone to kind of getting in trouble and like going against whatever people told me not to do. And I think a lot of people could probably relate to that. Now, obviously, being older now, I have to say, if you're in ninth grade, don't be like I was. Honestly, don't be like I was in any grade because, like I said, I was kind of a shithead. But yeah, ninth grade, I was peak shithead. So, this all starts off as a normal day in ninth grade. I woke up, I got up out of bed, I put my clothes on. I didn't shower on this morning because I was late for the bus, which is kind of fucking gross, and don't recommend not showering before school because I was self-conscious all fucking day. You know, I probably could have went without telling you guys that I didn't shower because now I'm just going to get flamed in the comments, but you know what? I don't care. I'm leaving it in. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, yeah, I got dressed, had breakfast, got on the school bus, went to school, and then I got to school at 7 in the morning. Now, this is really where the story time starts off, okay? So, upon walking into school, there's a security guard right at the front doors every day. We would walk in, there'd be a security guard sitting at the front doors, making sure no one's bringing in anything that's, illegal or that you can't have in school. And I walk by the security guard, and he goes, "Hey, you, stop." And I turn around thinking, like, is he talking to me? And I turn around, and he's pointing at me. Now, I thought that was weird because I wasn't doing anything wrong. And he's like, "Come here." So I walk up to him, and I was like, "Yes, sir, what's up?" He goes, "You smell like skunk. You been smoking anything before school?" I was like, "Did you ask if I've been smoking anything before school?" He goes, "Yep, I'm not going to repeat myself." I was like, "Okay, well, no, I haven't smoked anything." And believe it or not, guys, that's not a lie. There's been plenty of times where I've smoked weed before school, but this time was not one of them. And I was like, "Nah, I didn't smoke anything." And he goes, "I don't believe you. I'm going to search you." I go, "No, you're not." Because, like, this wasn't even a police officer. This was a school security guard. I didn't do anything wrong. He had no suspicion to search me because I didn't even smell like weed. He probably smelled somebody behind me or something or in front of me because I didn't smell like weed. I wasn't around anybody that did smell like weed. I was literally walking into school by myself off my bus. Like, nobody around me that I could tell smelled like weed. I honestly think he was just trying to start a problem with me, probably because he didn't like me. Like, I had altercations with the security guard before, and I think he just remembered my face, and he was just trying to start a problem. So, yeah, I told him, "No, you're not searching me." And he didn't like that. He goes, "Turn around, I'm searching your backpack." I was like, "You don't have the ability to do that." He's like, "Yeah, I do." Now, looking back, I have no idea if he did have the ability or not. I don't know if security guards at schools are allowed to search you without having, like, permission from your parents or from the school or police. I don't know how it works, right? I just was talking out my ass back then. I was like, "You don't have permission to do that." And he's like, "Yeah, I do." And he tries to grab my backpack and turn me around, like straight turn me around by grabbing me. And I was like, "Nah, absolutely not." So I just took off running, full speed, just bolted in the other direction as fast as I could towards one of my classrooms. And let me just say, I outran this dude with ease. I mean, like, I turned around after like maybe 10 seconds of running and he was just nowhere to be seen. Like, it's like he didn't even try. So anyway, I ran to my first period class, I sat down, and I was a little bit nervous, I can't lie, because I didn't know what was going to happen next. Like, I didn't know if the security guard was going to keep looking for me, I didn't know if he was going to call the principal, I didn't know if they were going to send, like, all the security guards out looking for me, like, I just didn't know what was going to happen next. But I did know one thing, he didn't know my name, because he kept calling me sir or gentleman. He never really, like, knew my name. Every time I'd talk to him, he never said Austin. So that was one good thing, I guess, that I had going for me, is that the security guard that I ran away from and tried to search me, He didn't know my name, so I thought, okay, well, at least he can't look up my name and like see what class I'm in. He definitely could find my name if he like asked the principal and they like checked the cameras and stuff from that morning, but I was hoping he wouldn't go that far because that's like a lot of work, right? So I go through my whole first period class, nothing out of the ordinary there, no one came looking for me, and after the first hour of the day, second period came along, and I was in my second period class, nothing really out of the ordinary there, and that ended, and at this point I thought, okay, it's over, like I'm a free man. The security guard must have just turned around and gave up when I ran away, never told anybody about it, like I'm good, right? And then third period comes along, and I sit down, and the class starts, and literally 10 minutes into third period, I hear a knock on the door, and I can see in the window of the door a man's face, and it's someone I've never seen before, and the face of this man was not like a young guy, it was clearly someone in their 40s or 50s, and the teacher walks over to the door to open the door, and right as she's opening it, I can hear radio coming through the door, like I can hear something on this man that sounds like a radio, and I already knew. I'm like, yep, that's a cop. With that radio sound, that's either a cop or a security guard. And the door swings open, the teacher opens it, and it's two police officers. There was one behind the other one. And my teacher's like, how can I help you, gentlemen? And the officer's like, hi, is there an Austin in this classroom? And he says my last name, and they both walk in. And I just kind of like had this sinking feeling in my stomach. And the whole class turns around and just looks at me and smiles. And I was like, oh, damn it. And I stand up and I grab my backpack. Because I already knew they were going to say, come with us. And as I was grabbing my stuff, the cop goes, yeah, could you come with us, please? And my dumbass friend Derek, who sat like right across from me, was like, Austin's in trouble. And I was like, shut the fuck up, Derek. Now's not the time. Anyway, I grabbed my stuff. I walked up to the front of the room, and the police escorted me up to the principal's office, where they sat me down. And right after they sat me down, my principal was like, hey, Austin, how you doing? And I was like, great. And my principal was like, so, you probably know why we brought you in. And I was like, nope, not really. I was lying. I definitely knew why they brought me in. At least I thought I did. And my principal goes, so, your attendance this year has been, not so good. And I was like, what? Because, like, in my head, I'm thinking, okay, no, I'm definitely in this principal's office right now because I ran away from my security guard this morning who tried to search me because I smelled like weed. Like, that's definitely why I'm up here, right? I didn't say that out loud, but that's what I was thinking. But, like, why would my principal bring up my attendance? Like, bringing up the days I have missed? Like, what's that have to do with what happened that morning? But I responded to my principal. I was like, yeah, I guess I have missed quite a few days. And she's like, no, you've missed a lot of days. You are literally 1 day away from being at the limit for the entire year. So if you miss one more day, Austin, like, we're going to have the cops come to your house in the morning and pick you up and bring you to school. Like, I already talked to your mom. She's on board with it. So if you miss any more days and you keep skipping school, like, we're going to literally bring the cops to your house, pick you up, and bring you to school. So stop skipping. And I was like, wait, that's what this is about? And she's like, yeah, what'd you think it was? Did you do something else? And I was like, no. And she's like, you sure? I was like, no, I didn't do anything. She goes, okay, don't lie to me right now. I was like, nope, nothing. And I was shitting myself. I can't lie. But I asked her, I'm like, wait a minute. Why'd you have the cops come and get me from class today? Like, was that really necessary just to tell me that I need to stop skipping school? And she goes, yeah, actually, it was necessary. I'm trying to show you what life's going to be like if you keep skipping. Like, you know how the cops showed up at class today? That's what it's going to be like every single morning if you keep skipping school. They'll be at your front door knocking on it, telling you to get ready. And I was like, okay, message received, I guess. And she goes, great, go back to class. And the cops say goodbye to me, and I leave. And the whole time I'm walking downstairs like, holy shit, that could have gone way worse. Like, what if they knew about my attendance and the fact that I outran a security guard today who was trying to search me? Like, that makes me look extra guilty. And the funniest part about this thing was I wasn't even guilty. I didn't have anything on me. Like, if I just let the dude search me, he wouldn't have found anything. But I was just being difficult because I felt like he didn't have the right to search me. Let me tell you, though. Every day after this, I had to walk into school with my hood up and my strings tied like Kenny from South Park because I didn't want that security guard to see my face in the morning and try and like chase me down again or something. And then like after a week, I ended up buzzing off my hair because like I was just bored of my haircut and I looked kind of unrecognizable and he never stopped me again. I'm pretty sure he thought that I was a different student or something because I never heard from him after that day where I ran away from him. Like I just buzzed my head a week later and nothing happened again. So yeah, moral of this story is Just don't be like me. I'm telling you, like that year, I was skipping school like every other day. I'm pretty sure I'd almost skipped a month of school at that point. So that's why they were like bringing me into the office and telling me that I need to stop. And yeah, like I said earlier, I was just a shithead back then. So moral of the story is just don't be like young Luna. That's it. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's story time. If you did, please leave a like on the video. I'd really appreciate it. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below. And subscribe if you're new. I'll see you all later. Peace.
Baby, I'm damaged, I cannot plan this. Won't you be my